pleasure being here. It's always a special atmosphere at the yoga center. I myself do a little bit of Kundalini yoga. So, yeah, I really appreciate working here and being part of the community. It's very nice. Yeah, so as Sunda already mentioned, I did Feng Shui here at Yoga Village, which I just really had the urge to do it, and so it turned out really nice, and yeah, I think Sunda's really happy about it, and I don't know if you guys have felt any change, and this, it doesn't look like anything changed because we didn't move any furniture around or anything like that, because this is all energetic Feng Shui. So what it does, it guides the energy actively. That's why it's called Alpha Shy Feng Shui. So sort of like acupuncture, when the energy is not flowing in the body, you put needles in certain places to get the energy flowing. And so that's what I did with the building. So that's why you don't physically see anything, but if you feel with your heart, you can tell, for example, this room feels much more open. There was the tree was very much pressing down on the ceiling, and after I worked with this a day later, they came and cut the limbs off, so everybody was like, ooh, you know, like that happens. So, yeah. My name is Maris, and I'm originally from Germany. I've been here for 2 years now. And I've been actively on a spiritual path for probably the last 10 years. Is when I started with a path into light in Germany, and then I became a spiritual counselor, and I learned crystal healing in England. I became a shaman, and now I'm a spiritual teacher. So I did all these trainings, and after all, what they're leading me to is really coming back to a feeling that I had as a child, feeling connected with everything, which we lose very often in our lives. So that's really my goal. And I thought about this tonight. What am I going to say? I'm Maris, and I am, I'm many things. I'm a mother, and so really it's just I am. It's all I can say, because everything else is just a little piece of it. I don't think it's important. Yeah, so I would like to hear from you if you have ever made the experience, or if you can maybe give an example of a place where you feel kind of a weird energy that you really want to... Hey there. Hello. I know you. We've had a yoga class together at the Sunken Gardens. Hi. So, I was just introducing myself. I'm Maris, and hi, welcome to Feng Shui tonight. And I was just asking if any one of you has ever made the experience of being in a place where it just didn't feel right, where you were just really uncomfortable. You could tell something was there that you really want to go right back out, or a place that you feel really good at, and you want to stay, you want to spend some time. Usually that's in nature, where the energy flow is intact, and we can feel that, because everything is still connected to the universe, and you can just feel that that's how it should be. And in our times, people don't pay attention to it. Hi there. So I had a feeling we were going to grow.
You knew that intuitively.
If you need some more cushions, there is some in the other yoga room.
No thanks.
No? We can scoot over a little bit. Welcome. I'm Maris. Nice to meet you.
Make sure my phone is in.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I hope everybody turned their phone off. Yeah, so essentially we're all connected to the universe, and a long, long time ago, everything else was also connected to the universe. In our times, many things aren't connected anymore. We build houses in a way that don't nourish us, that are not in line with the natural law, with the universal law. So we live in some kind of building that shuts us off from the actual energy flow of nature, of the universe. And that leads to illness and to disharmony. So what I do with the Feng Shui is I bring that natural balance, that natural energy flow back into a place where the place can breathe, where the place can create again. I also look at the chakras inside a building and at the 5 elements, because those are both creational cycles. And if they are intact, your inspiration that you get can actually manifest. And the same is for a building, because a building is basically just a being like us. It somewhat is alive, and it can create, it can co-create and help you move on. We tend to attract places that have the same or similar issues that we do. So it's the natural, the law of, how do you say that? There's a book about it, resonance, or yeah, law of attraction and resonance. So if you work with a place, you can always find in the home. You can always find the same issues that the person is facing or dealing with. So when you work with a place, you take give them a new pair of shoes to walk in, and allow them to take their steps. So basically, it's an outline that supports you to really go where you want to go, and where we all want to go is to really be who we are, our own true self, and share that with the world. Be that, not be afraid of being who we are, and putting that box around us, you know. So that's really what it is about. So Alpha Shi Feng Shui will always bring up a lot of things. The first things, of course, that need to be looked at. If you get the energy to move again, then of course you're going to face some things that have been like under the carpet for a while. So it's all like it gets the water mill running again. It's a good picture. So, yes, let's see. Okay, who has an example of a place, or can you all imagine, do you have an idea of it, like places that you usually like, bars, or Best Buy, also a really great place for energy with all the electronics. If somebody has an example, or where they felt really good, I'd like to hear something from you. Maybe you have an example where you feel really good?
My bathtub.
In your bathtub, in the water. Yeah. And outside, is there?
At the park.
At the park. Mm-hmm.
Animals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Animals remind us of that connection. Mm-hmm. You? Do you have an example of a place where you feel really good, or where you don't feel
dance
so
class.
good? A dance class.
High energy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
The beach.
At the beach.
Sunset walks.
Mm-hmm.
I go down to Safety Harbor Pier, and
Uh-huh.
I just love to just sit there and just, it relaxes me.
Yes.
Just, it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like to walk where there's lots of trees. So
Yeah.
Trees.
Yes. Trees.
Mhm.
Bashful.
I really like where I'm living now. In my living room, I can sit on the sofa and overlook a very large canal to a freshwater lake,
Mm-hmm.
and the sun sets right in front of me. So I get the gorgeous colors glistening on the water. There's a tree that just kind of frames the picture sliding glass window. And I love rocks. So I have all these rocks and crystals and everything all around me. And I have positive sayings all over the wall, and I have music. So it's like my little sanctuary.
It's good to have something like that at home.
Yeah.
Which really I want to encourage everybody to have like a little sacred place at home, like an altar with some pictures like that you can come to and just, be with yourself. Have a designated area to do that, because that makes meditation and everything much easier, as you probably know from yoga practice. Has anybody ever been at a power place on the earth? Like Salisbury, Stonehenge, for example, or have you visited maybe in Israel, or, there are many places like that. Temples?
Mount Sinai.
Places in Sedona and by the
Yes.
Canyon
Yes.
out there, and I've been to Stonehenge.
There's certain ley lines that run underneath the earth where it's just very powerful.
I'm trying to think, what's the one out by the Grand Canyon? I can't think of it. I actually felt the energy so strong it just sucked me right in. It was
The
like,
vortexes?
there was a vortex, definitely, but it was so powerful. And I was all alone, and it was for like minutes, seconds, It was huge, huge.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I know one place, Coral Castle in South Florida. Coral Castle. Beautiful, like the rocks were like, it's like a castle made out of these 1,000-pound coral. Pieces of coral. It's like really cool. So,
And we all have the power to create places like that for ourselves, but we are not aware of that anymore. Any questions before we start? Because of what I would like to do tonight, this is going to be fun. Everybody can grab a piece of paper and a pen and a ruler. You might have to take turns with rulers. And you can kind of sketch out your place, like the rooms. It doesn't have to look fancy or anything. Just like, you don't even need to use a ruler if you don't want to. Just kind of, put the rooms on paper as big as possible. Try to fill up the paper, because I think I'm gonna have you work in groups together. Yes, 3 people together. So everybody lines out their place. And if your place is too big, just do like 1 floor or something.
oh, and sketch the house.
The house and the areas somehow, because what we want to do is, and I don't know how much you are in tune with that, or how well you're able to feel energies. I know that a lot of you are, and maybe some are not so used to it, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes. So what I'm going to have you guys do is everybody makes a sketch, and then you work with one person first, and they choose a room, one of your rooms that you drew, and they put their hand on it, and just feel through the hand what the room feels like. Don't imagine anything. I mean, imagination is always helpful if you want to get some insights, but don't try to. If you don't get anything, that's fine. Try another room. But you just go with your first impulse and write down the word that you get, or just write down how you feel. How you feel when you have your hand on there. This should be easy. Nothing difficult. We don't need consultations. We just want to see. We just want to see how it feels. And then do it like everybody gives 2 consultations, one for the one person and one for the other person. So just a word. No consultations, just a word. Just the feedback is the right word. Just how you feel, because this is very powerful. What we do at work at the Shiva Dharma Center is we stand on our chakras and feel it that way. So it should be pretty easy. So just,
What if I draw?